Hello, YouTubers. I'll stop to watch. Hope you're quite well. So, doing a pretty decently long periodical pickups here. This is pretty much games I got for Christmas, and as well as games I picked up near the end of the year. And again, if I end up showing you something I already shown before, just tell me in the comments down below if I did, and I'll remember not to do it ever again. So, all right. So basically, what we got here is a mixture of modern and older games, and ADHD picked up there. So we mixture of modern to older games I picked up over time, as well as a couple peripherals I got for Christmas here. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the first game I got here was Friday the 13th on the NES. Just the card, obviously. But this, along with Nightmare on Elm Street, are two games I feel like I always get shit on often, and they kind of don't deserve it. Like, at least out of all the IGN games that get released, like at least this one and Friday the 13th and maybe Jaws, those three, that trifecta, are honestly not that bad of games. Like they're they have little issues with them, sure. They're getting a little bit hard for some, maybe, yes. But honestly, this one and Friday the 13th here and the Nightmare on Elm Street are actually good. They're not great, they're not amazing. There are flawed games, sure, but they're still fun games, right? And I feel like fans of the films at least get treated a little bit in these games. Like, I can't say so much about the modern Friday the 13th game. That game I just couldn't get into by looking at it alone. But yeah, I mean, it's still a solid game. It's just like once you figure out what you're doing, it is all right, right? I mean, it's not a horrible game. It's something I could play and go, okay, I got to get better at this game and figure it out. And so once I look up the instructions, I look up some strategies here and there, and I play it, it's good, right? I mean, even the manual kind of explains some stuff here and there. So I don't know. Call me old fashioned here, but I thought it was actually a fine game. I don't know. But I mean, I own both games now, so I'm pretty happy. But speaking of both games here, so this right here is a funny story. I'm going to go through it really fast. But basically, I got a copy of Immortals Phalanx Rising here. Now I'm showing you this version first because I ended up getting this one and then this one. Now, the eBay seller I got this off of basically was showing this listing right here for the PS4 version. I got some Christmas money from a friend of mine named Justin, as well as a friend of mine named Leach. So I took all that money I was given for Christmas, which was I'm not going to tell you the amount because, again, whatever. It's just more about the games, not the money. So basically, I took that money and I bought games with it. So the first thing I got in the mail was this, which was the Phoenix Rising PS5 copy. And of course, it came with the DLC, which was, what was it? The Tale of Fire and Lightning. So once I got that DLC, I was kind of just looking at the box going, how the did I look at the listing wrong? And so I looked at the listing. It's like, no, it was for the PS4 copy. So I contacted them. They're like, here, we'll send out this copy. Don't worry about it. Keep that copy. So now I'm sitting on a copy of PS5 one, and I have a PS4 one. So I don't own a PS5 at all. I don't think I'm ever going to get one in this generation because people are just constantly botting them and carrying or carrying them with a credit card, and I am never going to see it. So I don't worry about it. So long story short, I played a little bit of this game on the PS4 here, and it was actually good. It was actually pretty solid, but not too bad. So this one right here was kind of like an early Christmas gift, but ended up picking up Shin Megami Tensei 3. Now, this is actually a really good one from what I've played of it so far. It was actually really nice. It's kind of like it kind of built me up towards the next item here. But I gotta say, it's definitely a really good port of it, for sure. Like, it's certainly, I would say it's a really fun game. And it always has that classic adult-ish style to Pokemon. I call it adult-ish because it's more mature themes. It's not like you're seeing sex and drugs or whatever going everywhere, but it's more of like a mature themed Pokemon, which I preferred this over Pokemon a little bit. Like growing up, it's like I like Pokemon, but then I really like Shin Megami Tensei more, and it's just it felt you know what I mean? It just felt more fun to kind of go, and it had a mixed elements in there too. Like you had Digimon involved in there as well, and you know what I mean. So you can evolve, like fuse monsters together, make new ones. It's like that's the reason I really enjoyed Strange Journey on the DS and 3DS a lot more as well. Like they're just really fun games. And speaking of that, of course, the next game here is Shin Megami Tensei 5, the Steelbook Edition. Nice little slipcover there. I ended up getting this as well from my girlfriend there. She got me this for Christmas, and I'm very excited about this. I'm still playing it at the moment, but really love this game overall. It's a solid game. The story isn't great. You know, I'm not going to say the story's amazing. It isn't that great, but it isn't that bad. It's just enough to kind of push you through. Very hard game. To those who think I'll go off his recommendation, and they'll go and buy and go, why the fuck is this so hard? You know, it's a hard ass game. Like there's a casual mode, yes, but I'd say just play it on normal and just go through the punches because it's satisfying. It's a hard game, yes, but it's also really fun. So don't let the ass whooping make you feel unwelcome. It's still fun. Once you level up a lot, you get, you know, strong to it, you're good, right? That's all there is to it. So we have a couple other games here as well, and the next one here is NieR Replicant. Now I got this a while ago. Like I actually bought this, but I pre-ordered this a while ago, and I got it, and I love it. Like it was something I sink my teeth in so far. It's the original NieR. They just switched out what's his face with a younger version, and it says pretty much a summary of that right there. There's little subtle changes here and there, but it's still effectively the same NieR. You know, I remember playing from the PS5, from the PS3. You know, it's basically the same game. It's just again for modern audio, like just for modern players of like PS4s and all that can play this version if you can't find this anywhere. So that's pretty much it. They changed it around a little bit. You know what I mean? It's the same game though. Like it's definitely the same game. Nothing wrong with that because I do love NieR anyway. But awesome otherwise. If you haven't picked it up, it's probably a little bit cheaper now. But I'd say definitely swoop on it before they do that cycle where it becomes like valuable and all that. But this one and this one here I just picked up in the mail today. These two were Christmas items because I used the money from the Christmas money I was given. And I got myself a copy of, and I played the demo with this. Thought this was superb, and I wanted to play the full game. And that, of course, was Metroid Dread. Again, I'm a big Metroid fan, so being able to get this, I was quite excited about it. I heard there's like that not Zero, but Metroid Fusion vibe to it, where you feel like you're constantly being chased. There's that tension in the air. It's basically a sequel to Fusion, effectively, but I'm very excited about this one. Cannot wait to play it and get right through it. Heard it's not incredibly long, but it's like the other Metroids weren't that long either, so. But cannot wait. I got not too much to say about it because I haven't truly played it yet. So no spoilers, you motherfucker. Anyway. So the next ones here. Yeah, it is next ones. What am I saying? Next ones here is the bundle here, which is called the Phantom Stormers collection from Memorex software series. And this one is Alien Logic, Ark of Doom, and Command Adventures Starship. Now, I got this affordably, and it comes with 3 games. No manual, but each individually disced. So you get all 3 games on different discs, which is quite nice and handy for me, because then I can just pick the game I want to play and play it. I mostly got it for Alien Logic, but the other 2 are probably going to be played as well. Mostly for my stream on Twitch, shameless plug, but going to be playing that in the future for sure. So the next one is, I'm trying to save all the games first and then the items here. So next one I grabbed here, which was, there's a sticker on top, and my OCD is screaming, but I'm just letting it go. And I got myself a affordable copy. This was something I just grabbed earlier for some money I had. And that, of course, is Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. But awesome game otherwise. I'm a big fan of the Double Dragon series. 3 was a hard fucking game, man. I'm just thinking about it now going, fuck, that's a hard game. But basically I think I have all 3 now. I'm trying to remember if I have the first game sitting behind me. I have on Sega Master System, yes, but I'm trying to remember if it was we had the NES version. Can't remember now. That's gonna bug me. But basically, at least I effectively believe I have all 3. But long story short, really awesome game. I liked 2 a lot. Like, I thought it was really cool. You have the combo system going there. It was just well made. And I'm very happy to have my collection. Let's make sure nothing knocks over here. Okay, cool. Okay. Again, so I'm not sure. I cannot remember if I showed these yet, but I'm going to show these quickly. And the next one is Mageslayer on the PC, which is a game, again, it doesn't quite get brought up as often. But I hope they do like a remake or something and modernize the controls, because I really hope they do. Again, this came out around the same time as Hexen and Hexen 2, but I just hope they come out with a modern update to the game where the controls are better, because that's the only thing I hope for. I mean, the controls are fine, they're playable, yes, but just because it's like it feels very janky, because it's like I would prefer to play with a gamepad or something, you know, or an AWSD and smoother controls with that. It feels weird. But oh well. I mean, it's just a pet peeve. It's not the end of the world. The game's still playable. I can still enjoy it, but I just hope for a damn controller support or something. I'm just saying. Next game here, of course, is on the PlayStation 1. Try explaining this to somebody without confusing the hell out of them, and if you can't confuse them, then you succeeded. If you know what I mean, it's just like a very confusing game to say out loud. On the PlayStation 1, the game won. And so, okay, what's the game? 1. Yeah, it's on the PlayStation 1, but what is it? 1! You know, you have to explain to them like 500 times. But basically, the game right here is like Contra. It plays super well. Just been playing this recently, and it's kicking the shit out of me as the last time I remember playing it. But it's a really fun, fast, frantic game. I did do gameplay of this on my channel, but really cool game overall. Okay, next couple of games here is Wrath of the Demon. I still got the plastic on it on the side here. But very hard fucking game. It's a platformer kind of game. It has little mixed elements here and there of like, you know, doing a chase scene and all that. Very hard game. I'm going to be very reluctant to approach it right away, but it's awesome otherwise. It's a really cool, quirky little game. And it's something that I'll probably play in the future. It's just, I'm going to pace myself because it's a very hard game and it makes my blood boil. It's kind of like that Dragon's Lair. Like, I mean, yeah, some people master Dragon's Lair by now, but it's kind of like that, you know, first play Dragon's Lair and it's like, holy shit kind of thing. But it's A-okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Next one, of course, is the Oregon Trail Classic Edition. I got the Classic Edition because I just liked the original version of the game. Got this from my PC here. I just played on Windows 10, no problem. And I installed it, played it. Life was good. Really fun overall. I'm a big fan of the Oregon Trail. I also have it set up as a thing for my channel as well. So if people want to see me play it on Twitch, they can. It's all good. And we have about 3 more left here. And the last game here that I think I did not show. The other 2 here I can't remember, so I'm just showing them again just in case. And that, of course, is Shadowcaster. Now, I picked this up recently. It's a classic overall. If you've never seen it before, I did do a complete playthrough of this game on my Twitch channel for the very first time because I never played it before. But I saw Kilgore Trout on Twitch play this, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And then I just waited and eventually got myself a copy on PC. But I ended up picking up a loose copy of this here. It was affordable, so I was like, all right. And played it. It's awesome. It's based off the I must have Duke Nukem for a second there. It's not based off the build engine, I assure you, but it's based off the Wolfenstein 3D engine, and it's heavily modified, and it has really cool little elements here and there. The dungeons are pretty straightforward, but hey, it's still a really cool game to play through. And if you eventually see it pop up on GOG or Steam, wherever else, definitely check it out, because I don't think it's going to pop up on there right away. I haven't heard any mention of it yet, so we'll wait and see. So the next set of games here, I gotta be careful of this one at least, is... Yeah, I gotta be very careful of this disc. Which is Witchhaven 1 and Witchhaven 2 Blood Vengeance. So I picked up both of these here. Now, they're pretty fun overall. I completed Witchhaven 1 on stream. 2, I don't think I finished it, and I just said to hell with it. For now, anyway. And really good overall. It's kind of cranky because they popped up on GOG afterwards. Like, I was like, damn it. But really cool overall. They're not bad games. There's that medieval vibe to them. But again, if you like first-person kind of hexen, heretic-ish kind of games, it's kind of like that, but it isn't at the same time. It has like that nice dungeon crawl feel to it. The later levels get redundant, though. It's not that like a horrible, horrible game. It's just the actual stages over time kind of go like, what the hell is this? It's just crazy. So there's that. Now I got I got 2 items here. And so, first thing we got here, which I have it sitting right here actually, is for the Nintendo Switch. Ended up getting this from the fam, as well as the other item from the fam. But ended up getting this right here, a Nintendo Switch. I would say it's a Clone Pro controller. Now, I did a video of this before on my channel, which I kind of talked about it real quick. Not a bad controller overall. It's actually really, really solid. It's kind of like a third-party / clone controller. It's basically the same controller layout and everything. Because of a third party, usually they totally change a lot of elements to it. But this, they kind of kept it intact. Some person was like, oh, it's not a clone. It's a third party. I mean, it's the same fucking thing, right? I mean, if it's still a third party, it can still represent itself as a clone. Because hell, look at the fucking box. It looks about the same as the Nintendo Switch's Pro Controller box, right? I mean, they weren't trying to clone themselves here. I don't know what they were trying to do. So, long story short, it's a little bit different in terms of the cosmetic on the controller, but otherwise it's practically the same thing. Like comparison-wise, you got the stars on there, you got the little veins on there, which I thought were pretty, or vines rather, which look pretty cool. But otherwise, I mean, it's still a solid controller. You know, it plays great. It has a nice weight to it. It, you know, plays. The buttons are nice and clicky and everything. It's just nice and workable. Been using that to play quite a bit of Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I'm probably going to be playing quite a bit of Metroid Dread with this controller. I'm probably crying into it a couple times. But, again, really superb controller. Cannot recommend it enough, actually. It's affordable. It's a cheap controller, actually. It's not expensive, and it's practically the same. I mean, if you just get it for your Switch, you're good. But again, that's the YCC Team controller. Probably getting it on Amazon, not too bad. Probably a different design here, but there you go. And the last thing I got here was actually... So, basically, my family ended up grabbing this for me as a Christmas gift here, and it's funny because I actually have one already, and it's like another one I've put away over here somewhere, probably sitting over there, but I ended up having a different color variant of this one here, but they got me the TC7777, I'm sorry, the 777, there we go. But they ended up grabbing me one of these. Now, I already have a controller. I already have as I was looking at it there. I already have a microphone here. I already have the duplicate there. And so now I have 2 backups. So if this one goes out for some strange reason, I'll be all set. But I'll show you a quick unboxing of it. Because my throat is incredibly dried out right now. Comes with a nice plastic for the boom or the condenser portion of the microphone. Comes with a nice little manual there. Comes with a USB cord attached to it. Comes with this right here, and that's the microphone. So I'm not going to try to mess around with it too much right now. I'm going to leave it in the box. So if I do have to replace this, I could just take it out of the box and just use it. It's nice too. It works with microphone arms here, which I have sitting right here. So life is good. That's all I can really say. I mean, it's a nice gift for sure. I mean, it wasn't, again, these are the affordable control. I keep saying controllers. These are affordable microphones, but again, they're not expensive. But if you're trying to get into streaming or whatever else, they're actually pretty nice. Especially what they include. It's like they have a nice little package here, and you know, get yourself a nice arm attached to a table in front of you or whatever, and you're good. I mean, that's effectively what this could be used for. It's just, I mean, I would never use the legs themselves on this thing. I'd probably just twist it off as you usually do, and just like screw it onto this here and use that. And it's just a really, 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 the tenors are really good value for the money. Like, they're not expensive, they're affordable, and if you can pretty much afford a $20 game or something like that from wherever, then you can get this, basically, is how I see it. But again, that is the tenor, or the tenor. Sorry, TC777. Sorry, my throat's a little dry because I turned the air off in here, so now it's all like, but very dry in here, like my humor. So there you have it. That's stuff I ended up picking up here recently. If you like what you saw of today's video, be sure to give it a good old-fashioned thumbs up. Follow the channel if you're new to here. And I'll see you all, well, next time. Take care, everyone.